Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young. This is a platform where we simply discuss, critique, and analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature fashion. Definitely, man. If you love the sport of boxing, this is the place for you. Subscribers since day one, recent subscribers, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much, man, for tuning into the lives, the flash lives that I do spontaneously. That's why. Hit the notification bell, okay, so you know when I do my premieres such as this, so you can tune in real time, chat away there. And the playback family, I appreciate each and every one of you also. I go spontaneously live, flash live, so, hit the notification bell so you know when I do it, okay? I want to get right to this, man. Concerning Ryan Garcia, I don't really do this, sometimes I do periodically, and I only do it when it catches my attention, you know what I mean? I only do these kinds of videos when it really catches my attention, okay? My routine, I go to my live feeds or whatever. I go to my feeds, on Instagram or whatever, Twitter, just to see what's going on in the sport of boxing. Fresh news every day, every second, every, moment. Something's new all the time, and I want to start this video by saying this, man. Ryan Garcia, I appreciate his last win against Campbell. He has had a couple notable wins, in his career. He is mainly known, everybody knows the story, via social media more than as a boxer. It seems like that. He has more, a big, huge following. And this caught my attention because everybody knows his trajectory. I'm going to get to that in a moment concerning, controversial things with him. But I definitely respect and appreciate his last win against Campbell, which is, I think it's his best win, in his career. Concerning, who he fought, But this caught my attention. I repeat, man, I really don't do videos like this. I have periodically though, and I did one recently with Bud Crawford, and because when a lot of people say something about you, I got to make this clear, man. There's always going to be critics. There are always going to be haters, right? And social media, it's just the reality of what it is. When you're a celebrity, I've talked about this time and time again. When you're a celebrity in the limelight in whatever profession you're in, you're going to get criticized. There's going to be criticism. But, when it's really, really, really just extreme, there's something behind that. You know what I mean? There's something behind that. And there's a reason to all this. There's definitely a reason. I want to get to this. I want to just, focus more on what people are saying on Instagram concerning what Oscar De La Hoya said recently. Okay, so let's get right to it. You already know, Golden Boy, link in the description, whatever. This is the official profile. And I'm sure you saw it. And I'm thinking, I'm assuming that people are already pushing this on other platforms and talking about what Oscar De La Hoya posted recently on social media. He's saying, Ryan's health is my first concern and priority. Once Ryan is 100% ready to return to boxing, all these fighters who are begging to fight him will have to wait in line. All these fighters will have to wait in line, and he wants to wait for Ryan Garcia. Oscar De La Hoya, as Ryan Garcia's promoter, wants to wait until Ryan Garcia is 100% mentally safe and sound, what have you, right? The first thing that pops in my mind when I read that, and we're going to get to the comments in a little bit in a moment, right, from boxing fans or whatever, what they're saying. People waiting in line to fight Ryan Garcia, my first impression on that is like, I don't think there's anybody really waiting to fight this guy, I mean, I said this before, man, whoever is considering, I don't know where this is coming from, but whoever is considering Ryan Garcia to be a fourth king, one of the four kings at 135, I mean, nah, I don't think he's that yet. You know what I'm saying? That's just my humble opinion. He still has to work. Yeah, I'm saying he still has to work. He still has to grind, to get back at it. So. And if I'm not mistaken, concerning, Oscar De La Hoya is saying he's waiting for Ryan to get better or whatever, but from what I understand, I think Ryan Garcia posted on social media recently that he's going to come back in October or something like that. I really don't remember, something like that, towards the end of this year, but soon. So, and who is he going to fight? Who knows, man? Who knows? So, according to Ryan, and at this point, man, it's hard to believe what Ryan says now. Actions speak louder than words. You already know, man, the quote that we're saying here, man. That what we're saying here at Renee Box Young, we're pushing that slogan. Actions speak louder than words. It's hard to believe Ryan Garcia nowadays. It's really, really hard. Calling out everybody and their mama, you know what I'm saying, and just not making the fights. It's just a complex thing with Ryan Garcia, really controversial. So let's get back to it. So let's check out the what people are saying, though. Let's check that out. You know, like I said, I really don't do this much, but this really caught my attention, what people are saying, man. And remember, this is Golden Boy, their official, you know, profile, whatever. And this is what people, fans, whatever you want to call them, right, what they're saying concerning Ryan Garcia. And you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand that, you know, a lot of these guys, you know, a lot of these people are just genuine fans of the sport of boxing. And they see what they see and they say what they say. You know, I got nothing to really, you know, I mean, and it's real constant. So let's check it out. It says here, uppercuts, you know, okay, this person says, you know, laughing out loud, okay. Manual Labor says, Oscar de la oh my gosh, Oscar de la Drogas. Oh man, that's crazy. Needs to promote Virgil Ortiz like he was promoting Princess Ryan. Ouch, man. Of course there's going to be responses or whatever, right? But laughing out loud, if it's not Tank, Haney, Jojo, or Loma, I could care less. The ducking and boxing is at an all-time high in this generation. Wow. You know, there are certain comments here that, you know, they're pretty true, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't say, you know, oh, you know, you're just hating. I mean, a lot of these people say it because from a genuine fan's perspective when it comes to the sport of boxing, not man fans, just genuine fans, you know. And a lot of people, what they say is, you know, who's begging exactly, you know, clown. Oh my gosh, man. Devin has the belt and Ryan is the Mando. It's such an easy fight to make. And we all know, ladies and gentlemen, that's not going to happen. That's the sad thing about it. That's the sad thing about all this. You know, he's not going to fight. And I really doubt, ladies and gentlemen, you know, Ryan Garcia talking about he's going to come back or whatever, but it's not going to be one of these guys, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? That the boxing community wants to see. And that's the sad part. And that's why a lot of people are, you know, complaining and saying these kinds of things, you know. Devin has the belt and Ryan is the Mando. I mean, it is an easy fight to make. But we know, ladies and gentlemen, that Oscar, and I've said this before, Oscar's going to be protecting Ryan. I said it also, and I personally think it's going to happen with Virgil Ortiz in the near future, okay? That's another video. I pushed that. I talked about it, and, you know, in live sessions and things of that nature. Just keep following me so you know the context of what I say. So we got this person saying, clown, clown, clown. Oh, my gosh. Cap. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Cap means lying. It's funny because some time ago, you know, I asked a question to Tank Davis on his, you know, Instagram account, whatever, a long time ago. I made a video about that, and he responded to me concerning a situation with Adrian Broner when he supposedly made a deal with Mayweather, multi-million-dollar deal, whatever. And I asked him a question, hey, is that true? And Javante Tank Davis responded to me, Cap, AB is Cap, or something like that. I made a video on that. And, you know, I had no idea what the heck that meant since a long time ago. You know, and I don't know, I don't keep up with all the modern day terms and stuff like that, but Cap is lying, so, you know, he's saying, yeah, right, you're lying. Okay, so, you know, continue. Shut up, Oscar. Oh, my gosh. Soon as he leaves you, you will be talking nothing but nonsense. Wow. And that's another thing, ladies and gentlemen. You know, a lot of people kind of see through it. And a lot of people have been speculating. I have also, ever since, you know, before Canelo left Golden Boy, I was thinking, you know what? Ryan Garcia, if Canelo leaves, Ryan Garcia is going to follow his footsteps. And a lot of people, you know, kind of theorize that. And it's a big possibility. So if that happens, if Ryan Garcia eventually leaves Golden Boy, you know, Oscar De La Hoya is going to probably pick a fight with Ryan Garcia like he's doing with Canelo. You know, and I understand what this person's saying here, you know. Shut up, Oscar. Okay, wait, you know. Soon as he leaves you, you will be talking nothing but nonsense. It seems like that's what Oscar does, and that's what he's doing with Canelo. You know, it's a sad thing. I think personally, and I've said it before, I think personally Oscar De La Hoya is bitter against Canelo. He has a chip on his shoulder, man. He wants to, you know, he's bitter. Millions left it, and I've talked about that already in another video. So, I understand what he's saying there, you know what I'm saying? So this person says here, Oscar made Canelo and now he's working on Ryan. Where would Canelo be without Oscar? That's a good point. I got nothing to say against that. That's a very good point. You know what I'm saying? A lot of what Canelo is and, you know, what they have done with Canelo throughout the years, understand, ladies and gentlemen, Canelo has been with Golden Boy for many years. What Oscar did with Canelo, it's true. You know, and now he's working on Ryan. And where would Canelo be without Oscar? That's a very good point. Very good point. However, there's a lot of controversy concerning, you know, how Oscar De La Hoya promotes all his other fighters. It seems like he just focuses on a couple, and that's it, you know. So look at Crawford, but is he getting paid like Canelo? That's a good point. Very good point, man. We got here. He is scared. Wow. Oh, yeah, okay. So let's continue here. It says, why is he training with Canelo and not with Golden Boy? Wow, you mean Ryan is going to have to wait in line? Yeah, exactly. It's the other way around, right? First? Wow. He's referring to here, Ryan's health is my first concern and priority. Man, what's wrong with him? Looks like that person doesn't really know what's going on. Okay, so all these fighters who are begging to fight him will have to wait in line because we are going on a central... Oh my gosh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. So he says, quote, all these fighters who are begging to fight him will have to wait in line. Equals. Oh my gosh, because we are going on a Central American expedition to find more Francisco Fonsecas. Hey, I was going to mention earlier that what he did against Fonseca was amazing too. So, I mean, but I understand what he's saying though, this person, that, you know, this just continues, man. Ryan's a bleep. Oh my gosh. You know, and everybody knows the story there with Fortuna, man. I mean, that was one of the best fights. The thing here is that, you know, when people say that he ducked Fortuna, I don't blame people like that saying those things, man. I mean, I don't blame those comments and opinions because the pattern, man. I've said this before concerning fighters. When you see the pattern concerning how fighters, you know, make moves in the sport of boxing, it's kind of, that's their MO. I mean, we see it. We saw it back when he's been saying this about Tank Davis. That's why I made a video some time ago called "Don't Believe the Hype." You know, too much hype. You know, too much calling out, too much, and you're not backing up what you're saying. Tank Davis, Pacquiao, you know, pulling out of Fortuna for whatever reason it was. I understand if it was for health issues, you know, get better, but I don't buy it, man. I just don't buy it, and a lot of people think that. So, you know, I understand what that person's saying. Now let's continue. So, man, yeah, so, yeah, he ducked Fortuna. Ryan's a bleep. Okay, big clown. King Ryan is now a nobody. Oh, my gosh. You beat him and all the excuses. Man, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. He's predicting it right here, man. Big clown. King Ryan is now a nobody. You beat him and all the excuses will be his mental health. Wow, man. Y'all lost. Tank, Haney, Lopez, Steven, man, all beat him easily. Wow, wow. I mean, you know, hey, clown, wake up from that dream, Oscar. Lost my respect, homie. I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, this just goes on. I feel so bad for Ryan Garcia's health because I also have severe social anxiety. Hey, I feel it, man. Hey, hope that person, you know, overcomes. So when is he fighting? De La Hoya is going to trash his career since he is with Team Canelo. Maybe. It was all planned to avoid fighting one of them. Hello. Wow. Lame statement, like if he's even gonna fight a real threat. Oh, gosh. I think anyone is begging to fight him. Ryan is simply being loud. Yes. Ryan is simply being loud and calling everyone out. Tank isn't begging to fight him. Devin isn't either. No one in his weight class has even called him out. Ryan is the loud one. He had no mental issue. It was all, oh my word. Wow, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. And Ryan has caused it upon himself. I mean, there's no one else to blame here, ladies and gentlemen. There's no one else to blame for all these people saying these things. So, I mean, this is not a video, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, I'm not making this video just because, oh, you know, and that's the thing, man. This is not, you know, this platform is as unbiased as I can possibly be. I'm just sharing the information with you and showing you, you know, I guess you can say reporting, right? What social, you know, people on social media are saying it on Golden Boy's profile. Now, this is another thing that seems kind of weird. It's like a paradox, right? When you go to Ryan Garcia's, actual page, which I really don't do, you know, and check the comments in his recent posts or whatever, you see a lot of positive ones. You really don't see any of this. So maybe it's because, you know, I'm not sure, but maybe it's because Ryan Garcia has people who filter and just delete all those negative comments. I don't know, but Golden Boy apparently doesn't. They just leave it there. Who knows, right? But that's, I mean, it's not, this is not, I got to make it clear, this is not a video that's, you know, to hate on Ryan. That's why at the beginning of this video, man, I said I appreciate what Ryan has done concerning, you know, his last fight. Fonseca also, that was a great win, you know. But I just don't personally see, I mean, in other words, actions speak louder than words. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. The momentum, he started building a momentum to a certain degree after he beat Campbell. When he fought Campbell also, the momentum was building for Ryan Garcia. Okay, this is a decent opponent. You know, I got nothing to say, I got nothing to take away from his last victory, you know. And then it was announced that WBC ordered Fortuna. And the momentum was building. Had he fought Fortuna, Jojo Diaz had to go in and do the dirty work for Ryan Garcia. Jojo Diaz, man, we need more limelight for this guy. We need more limelight for Jojo Diaz, ladies and gentlemen. You know, he jumped in and said, I'll fight him. I'll do what Ryan doesn't want to do. I know it's controversial. I know, no, but he had mental issues. I don't know, man. I just don't buy it. I'm sorry. And I've talked about it before. I've talked about this in a live session. I broke it all down to why, okay? But I just don't really buy it, okay? And if that's the case, then you shouldn't really be in the sport of boxing, maybe. You should contemplate it, you know? because the sport of boxing is an extreme thing. You know, it's an extreme thing. And if you continue in the comment section there, which I did not do, there's a person that talked about something along those lines. You know, said something along the lines of, hey, you know, I understand you got mental issues, but if you do, this is not the sport for you. This is just an intense sport, ladies and gentlemen. This is a hurt business. Nobody's gonna come and hug you, Ryan Garcia. Your opponent wants to take your head off, man. This is real deal here, you know. But anyways, so I don't really buy that, you know, and the momentum was building for Ryan Garcia. It was great, man, you know, and I really was excited to a certain degree, though. Even though I took it with a grain of salt, I explained all that also in the live session. That's what I'm saying, man. Hit the notification bell so you know when I do these lives, right? You know, to get the whole context of what I say and my perspective on things, you know, and the momentum was building for Ryan Garcia. I was happy for him. I was like, this is great, man. You know, Fortuna, great fight. And all of a sudden he pulls out, you know, this is like the, you know, Tank, then you know, Tank Davis, then Pacquiao, you know, then Devin Haney fights Jorge Linares, and all of a sudden, in the meantime, that's when Ryan Garcia was supposedly recovering from his issue, and then all of a sudden it comes out on social media, had that been me, Devin Haney, I would have knocked, you know, Linares out or whatever, you know, whatever. Now he's running his mouth off again, and you know, it's like, I don't know, man, it's just hard to believe in Ryan Garcia. So don't think that, you know, people who are commenting what they're commenting on social media about Ryan Garcia, it's not because they're hating, man. And I got to reiterate and I got to address that person who said that. And I understand his perspective. That's his perspective. It is what it is, man. I mean, you know, everybody has their opinion. But that person who said, you know, oh, Mexicans, you know, they don't support Mexicans. And, you know, what? This has nothing to do with race, man. You know, and I don't push that here on this platform. I don't do that race war stuff, man. I mean, it is what it is. Ryan Garcia has brought this upon himself. And it's an overwhelming, I mean, go to that. I mean, like I said, I don't really read comments of people too much, but this got my attention. You know, when it comes to other people's profiles, this caught my attention. Because I have Golden Boy, I'm following him, that promotional company on Instagram, just to see what's going on in the sport. Who's fighting, what fights are going on. And I have given my props. Don't get it twisted. I have given my props to Oscar De La Hoya with certain fights he has arranged. Like, for example, with Virgil Ortiz. Look at the fights he's getting. Great competitive matchups. Great competitive matchups. You know? But then again, there are things to criticize. But, you know, I follow Golden Boy for that. And I saw this post, and I was browsing through the comments. I was like, man, wow. You can't call it that they're hating on Ryan Garcia. And I understand, like I said at the beginning of this video, people are going to get criticized always. It doesn't matter what you do, what you present. You're going to get criticized. But this is just overwhelming. And a lot of the overwhelmingness of these comments and responses concerning Ryan Garcia is because of his actions and what he does. Shady moves, ladies and gentlemen. Shady moves. Is there a chance for Ryan Garcia? Of course there is. There's a chance for him to come back. But don't be calling him a four kings, and you know, it's just shady right now in the sport of boxing with a lot of these guys. It's just shady right now with a lot of these people in the sport of boxing, you know. The four kings, I get it, man, but you know, Ryan Garcia, he shouldn't be considered one of those guys. I'm sorry, you got to work your way up. You got to keep grinding, man. There is a chance for him, yes, of course there is, but we'll see. We just got to wait and see with this kid. We just got to wait and see with this young man. You know, so what do you think about this? Do you think he can return? You think he can come back and really, you know, do something in the sport of boxing and fight the top? I don't know. I don't know. Because there's some tough competition at 135, ladies and gentlemen. Is he waiting for all these guys to move up? And that's another thing. Is Ryan Garcia waiting for, you know, Devin Haney, for Teofimo to all move up to 140 because they have expressed their minds and talking about possibly moving up to 140 because they're not always going to be at 135? You know, is he waiting for them to all move up and then he's going to take out these guys that are left over? Possibly. Possibly. Because it was going to be really hard for him. I'll say this. It's going to be really hard for him to beat all these guys. Teofimo? I don't think so, man. Devin Haney? It's going to be a great fight if they were to fight, but they're not going to fight. You know, Fortuna was a tough fight for him, man. For Ryan Garcia. Projected tough fight. Jojo Diaz came in and did the dirty work, man. He did what fighters are supposed to do. You know. Jojo Diaz versus Ryan Garcia. Who would win in that? Jojo Diaz, he's out, you know, the experience Jojo Diaz has. You know, Teofimo, Devin, you know, Tank. I mean, you got some names, ladies and gentlemen. So that's another thing to conclude and to theorize. I think possibly Ryan Garcia is going to wait for these guys to move up, man. Move up to 140, and he's going to stay at 135 and just clean up there. Try to, you know, take over. It's a long road, ladies and gentlemen, but he has to get started. Do you know what I mean? And that criticism that he's getting on social media there, it's not because people are just hating. No, it's legit criticism. Maybe I don't agree necessarily with the way that, you know, that he's disrespected with certain terms and stuff like that, but terminology, but, you know, he caused it upon himself, man. So is there a chance for him? I think there is, but you better get to work, man. You better get to work, man, and stop that loudmouth stuff so much, because people see through that. People see through that. Hey, Renee Boxyoung, comment in the comment section. I appreciate each and every one of you, man. Comment in the comment section. What do you think about all this? Do you think he has a chance? I think he does, but it's a slim one, you know, and then people see through it, you know. Thank you guys so much. Hit the notification bell, man, so you know when I do my flash lives, when I do premieres such as this, you know, my videos. Man, Renee Boxyoung, stay safe, each and every one of you. Peace out, fam. Stay safe.